Aidan Blake, do you realize what you have done recently? I know you are in doubt and don't know exactly what I am talking about, but I urge you to pay attention to this insight until the very end. It is very urgent and necessary to address this issue. You made an significant error unintentionally, yet I, the Lord your God, recognized it fully. You walked into it not knowing, but now I will bring clarity. I will open your understanding through this insight so that you may know what you influenced, what you stirred, and what you initiated without even realizing the depth of it. This is not to condemn you, but to enlighten you so that what is unconscious may be revealed. For lack of awareness is no excuse before me when the matter concerns the sacredness of what I have created, the design I have designed, and the divine principles that govern my realm. You interfered with something sacred, something I infused with my essence. You stepped into a realm that is not yours to urge, not yours to alter, not yours to manipulate. You influenced what was consecrated without fear, without reverence, without even asking me. You thought you were doing good, or, at the very least, you thought it did not matter. But it did. It does. It always has. When I breathed the stars into existence, I measured each of them. I placed them with intent, numbered their light years, ordained their radiance. When I formed the earth, I wrapped it with laws, natural, spiritual, moral. These are not suggestions. These are not theories or poetic images. They are foundations, pillars in the unseen realms. Do you, Aidan Blake, crossed one of those boundaries unknowingly? But know this, just because you were unaware does not mean the consequence is lifted. Even gravity does not excuse the one who leaps from the height in lack of awareness. It still pulls. It still breaks. My law is holy, my design is immutable, my sanctity does not negotiate with casual hands. You opened a gate that I had shut. In a world where laughter dances through the air like fireflies, a chilling truth lingers just out of sight. The scent of burnt wood, mixed with sweet childhood memories, wraps around Aidan Blake like a familiar blanket. The flickering candle casts playful shadows, while the wind rustles leaves outside, carrying whispers of ancient wisdom that feel just out of reach. Yet, in this moment of joy, a deeper danger lurks, a reminder that fragility and bliss often walk hand in hand. How could innocence become entangled with peril in the blink of an eye? Aidan, lost in his innocent wonder, finds himself confronted with a profound insight from Archangel Nathan. "Aidan Blake," he said, voice echoing through the sacred space, "do you realize what you have done recently? You tread upon sacred ground without knowing." The urgency in Nathan's tone pulls Aidan into the gravity of his actions. This isn't just about understanding, it's about awakening to the density of reality. "You stepped into a world that is not yours to alter," Nathan continued, illuminating the invisible boundaries Aidan unknowingly crossed. "You believed you were safe, yet the moment you crossed that line, everything changed." Aidan's heart raced. His mind was a whirlwind of confusion, the memories of his unintentional transgressions surfacing like driftwood on turbulent waters. Nathan's compassion enfolded him, guiding him through an emotional maze. Though you acted without malice, blind choices invite shadows to dance. Your unawareness does not erase the consequences of your actions. In that moment, Aidan learned of Oza, who, driven by good intentions, reached out only to be struck down for touching the sacred. Do you understand? This isn't anger I express, but a consuming fire meant to enlighten you, Nathan explained, painting a picture of sacredness not diminished by human carelessness. "Nobody sought to accuse you falsely." Nathan's voice softened, a stark contrast to the weight of truth. "They do not need to lie. Your act speaks volumes. Justice, my Aidan Blake, weighs on a scale more precise than you can imagine. You did not mean harm, but carelessness invites chaos. Aiden stood at the threshold of understanding. The shadows of consequence flickered like candle flames, demanding attention. Your actions, careless perhaps, but they do echo in the realms beyond, the Archangel urged. As Nathan's words faded, Aiden felt the enormity of responsibility cradle him. He had erred, not from malice but from lack of awareness, and in that revelation lay the essence of redemption. Would he rise to accept the wisdom offered? The answer lingered in the air as the delicate balance shifted once more, an unseen force guiding him toward awareness. In the dim light of the room, shadows danced on the walls, each flicker conjuring moments of doubt. Aiden Blake, wide-eyed and uncertain, felt a cold chill creep in, like the air held an understanding too profound for his tender mind. The stillness was broken as Archangel Nathan's voice shifted, a thunderous yet gentle resonance unraveling the very fabric of innocence. "Careless with what I entrusted to you," Nathan declared, the atmosphere thick with gravity. "You tread upon sacred ground, not realizing the line between what is holy and what is common." Aiden's heart raced. He struggled with confusion, the weight of his actions crashing over him like waves. "I do not take this lightly." Nathan's words rolled over him, intent on illuminating his dense reality. "You believed the rules could bend for you because your heart felt right, but let me be clear. The right motive in the wrong act is still disobedience." He paused, allowing the truth to resonate. "Do you hear me, Aiden Blake? Your lack of awareness doesn't erase the consequences. You walked in disobedience not out of defiance, but because you were deceived." Aiden's thoughts whirled like leaves caught in a gust, memories of his missteps surfacing, swirling around him. "Do you understand what's at stake?" Nathan continued, deepening the silence. "You think this is just one moment, one choice, but it's larger, it's ancient, it's tied to patterns older than you can grasp. You stepped into a war that began long before you were born. By doing so, you aligned yourself with forces that seek to undo the very image of God within you." The air crackled with tension. Aiden felt the enormity of his actions cradle him. "I still love you," Nathan added, softening his tone, a stark contrast to the weight of the truth. "But I must correct you with severity, for this matter is severe." Aiden's breath caught in his throat. He was on the brink of understanding the depth of his carelessness, a realization dawning like the first light after a storm. "If I let this go unaddressed, you might think it was all right, that God overlooks your choices," Nathan warned. "That path is a lie. It leads to numbness, to distance. It masquerades as peace, but it brings destruction." Aiden felt a stirring within him, the shadows demanding his attention. "You stand at a crossroads now. One path invites chaos, while the other unveils the truth. Which will you choose?" The weight of Nathan's insight lingered in the air, pushing Aiden toward a profound awareness, a moment suspended in time. Could he embrace the wisdom offered? Would he step into the light? The answer hung delicately as the shadows flickered, urging him to acknowledge the truth that echoed within him. As shadows crept through the corners, an electric tension filled the air. Aiden Blake stood at a crossroads, heart pounding, uncertainties swirling in his mind like leaves in a storm. The voice of Archangel Nathan broke through the silence, a warm yet powerful presence that tugged at his frayed innocence. "You thought rules bend with good intentions," Nathan said, his words heavy with both authority and compassion. "But right motives don't erase the truth. You were deceived, not defiant." Aiden's memories danced chaotically around him, each misstep rising to the surface, echoes of his past mistakes beckoning for acknowledgement. "Do you grasp what's at stake?" Nathan's tone deepened, sending ripples of thought through Aiden's bewildered mind. "This is not merely one choice. It's an ancient battle, waged long before your existence. You have aligned with forces that threaten to unravel the image of God within you." The gravity of those words echoed in the silence, each syllable urging Aiden to confront his actions. "I still love you," Nathan added gently, his warmth contrasting starkly with the seriousness of the insight. "But I must lead you toward understanding. Ignoring this would lead you to believe your choices mean nothing." Each word lingered in the air, setting the stage for what lay ahead. Aiden sensed an awakening. Stand at this crossroads. One path invites chaos, the other reveals the truth. Which will you choose? The weight of Nathan's revelation pressed heavily. Amidst swirling thoughts, the potential for change flickered like a distant flame. Could he step into the light? As the shadows beckoned with curiosity, the answer hovered just out of reach. "The other path is painful," Nathan continued, breaking the stillness. "It begins with weeping." Confession. The fire of transformation awaits you. I offer you the path of return, but honesty is required. Come to me, broken. Shatter the defenses you've built. No explanations are necessary. I don't need them. Aiden felt the weight of his shame, the heaviness of guilt cloaking him. "You are mine," Nathan stated firmly. "Your identity is not defined by this mistake. Shame is a barrier between us, but conviction brings clarity. Let it lead you to repentance, and repentance to transformation. Darkness is not your home. Light is your destiny. Return, Aiden Blake. Return with your whole heart. Every moment outside my will is a moment in peril." Nathan's voice softened yet remained resolute. "Do not fear. This fire will not scorch you if you come home. I chose you long before the world began. My love has always been there, ready to reclaim you. Come, seek the truth that will set you free." Aiden hung in this moment, the air hot with anticipation. Would he embrace the journey ahead, or turn away from the light waiting to illuminate his path? The choice was before him, a profound awakening poised at the edge of understanding. In a world bustling with empty words and hidden intentions, one voice resonates above the noise. The air thickens with tension as Aiden Blake stands frozen, heart racing. Shadows dance, flickering like the doubts swirling in his mind. Each breath he takes feels heavy with unspoken truths, echoing in the depths of his confusion. Aiden Blake, the towering presence of Archangel Nathan, pierces the silence, his voice an invocation carrying gravitas. "I see those who lift their hands in worship while plotting deceit in their hearts." Aiden feels a chill ripple through him. "I see those who confess with their mouths, but deny me with their choices. I am not deceived." His gaze penetrates, unveiling the true intent behind facades. "This isn't just about actions," Nathan continues, and Aiden's heart races with a mix of fear and curiosity. "I weigh the heart. The infinite mercy I offer is not a toy. Treat it lightly, and you risk losing yourself. To wield grace as a cloak for sin is to make yourself your own God." As Aiden absorbs these words, the reality settles deep within him. Grace isn't lawlessness. It's the power to overcome. It's the strength I provide so you can stand tall in a chaotic world. Aiden feels hope flickering, competing against the shadows. When you stumble, true repentance brings healing. Nathan's voice softens, wrapping Aiden in warmth. "But if you justify your misdeeds, your heart strays far from me." The tension escalates, thick enough to touch. "I want obedience, a heart that trembles at my word," Nathan states, his urge echoing in the silence. "Many call me Lord, but do not heed my voice. Are you ready to confront your truth?" Aiden senses the weight of those questions, shimmering like dew on a leaf. Would he step into clarity and embrace the fire of transformation, or retreat into the shadows, burdened by lack of awareness? In this moment, the choice looms, heavy with consequence. A destiny unfolded. The world feels unsteady as Aiden contemplates the crossroads before him. Will you return, all I desire is a heart that seeks truth, Nathan urges, infusing every word with divine essence. As the air thickens with anticipation, Aiden realizes the significance of this moment. What happens next could redefine everything. The shadows beckon, but the light endures, ready to reveal the truth that will set him free. The sun hung low in the afternoon sky, casting golden rays through swirling dust motes. Aiden Blake sat beneath the sprawling branches of an ancient oak, its bark rough against his back. The sweet scent of freshly cut grass filled the air, mixing with the distant laughter of friends playing nearby. Yet, amidst this serene scene, a heaviness weighed on his chest. Confusion gnawed at his mind. He couldn't shake the image of disappointment etched on the face of Archangel Nathan. The memory echoed in his heart. You didn't understand, did you? Why couldn't he feel the warmth of faith anymore? The innocence he once held had crumbled, giving way to a shadowy truth that loomed just out of reach. With each rustle of leaves, a whisper stirred. Aiden remembered the challenge laid before him. You call me Lord, but is your heart in the right place? Those words played over and over, igniting a flicker of hope that fought desperately against the encroaching darkness. Aiden's thoughts raced as he faced the intense truth of his situation. Archangel Nathan stood before him, his eyes deep pools of wisdom. Did many not proclaim my name? Did they not perform miracles? Nathan's words stirred a tempest in Aiden's soul. But did they carry my heart? The Archangel's voice danced between authority and compassion, reverberating within the very core of Aiden's being. Using grace as a tool for ambition? It strips away intimacy. I want your heart, Aiden, above your deeds, Nathan continued, the air thick with anticipation. In this moment, will you confront your truth? Aiden's heart pounded as Nathan imparted deeper wisdom. Forgiveness isn't weak. It's fierce, a storm silencing shame, a river drowning guilt. Yet it flowed for those humble enough to seek it. What if he had worn his mistakes as a badge? Moments stretched like thin threads of twilight, twisting reality into a choice. Aiden faced a precipice. Should he embrace vulnerability or hide behind a mask of pride? You cannot serve two masters, Nathan declared. Every step, every decision would pull Aiden one way or the other. A plea unfurled, return to me with your heart, do not wait. Aiden felt a tremor within him, realizing how easily hypocrisy had hardened his spirit. Each excuse woven in shadows thickened a veil over his eyes, making it harder to see the truth. As the weight of his choices settled in his chest, Aiden glimpsed what lay before him, a road of redemption or descent into haunting regret. Every moment mattered, every heartbeat pulsed with significance, and he stood at the crossroads, ready to awaken to the light again, if he dared to look within. Aiden Blake wandered the vibrant playground, laughter soaring through the air, the melody of the ice cream truck dancing just out of reach. Sunlight twinkled through tree branches, showering him with warmth. Yet, deep inside, a shadow flickered, an echo of a moment long past. His mother's worried face as she knelt before a crushed flower. That innocent play, now a painful reminder of what carelessness can cost. I didn't mean to, he had called, confusion etching lines on his young brow as the scent of fresh earth stirred within him, a stark realization of innocence lost. His heart still felt that weight. Years later, Aiden confronted a harsh truth. You think you're safe, whispered Archangel Nathan, his eyes shimmering with wisdom. But this is the danger of presumed forgiveness. It can lead you to destruction. It's how small compromises can creep in, turning sin into a lifestyle. Aiden's pulse quickened. Had those just been innocent choices? Each shallow prayer without real connection nudged him further away from the light. Nathan's voice broke through his thoughts like thunder. Where's the proof of your transformation? Do you seek my presence or merely chase my blessings? Each question felt like a dagger, probing at Aiden's heart. Swallowed silence settled between them. It was true. He often confused comfort with love. Yet here was a chance to uncover deeper truths, illuminating the path of his soul. Am I just whispering my name? Aiden pondered. Or does my life reflect true change? Nathan leaned in, voice tender yet stern. I know your struggle, and for those who strive with honesty, I've infused strength. But beware of those who wear my name but cherish their sins. Aiden felt the truth washing over him, a wave of clarity. Examine yourself, Nathan urged, not out of fear, but with raw honesty. Let the light reveal the truth. Don't harden your heart to my correction. This is love. Aiden felt a tremor run through him as he stared into the depths of his spirit. Was he ready to confront the shadows that clouded his heart? He stood at a crossroads where redemption glittered enticingly, leading him back into the light. The choice was his alone to make. Would he dare to look within and embrace the journey? Aiden Blake stood at a precipice, swallowed by the weight of misunderstanding. Shadows danced around him as he faced Archangel Nathan, a force of divine wisdom radiating authority and compassion. If I didn't care, Nathan's voice boomed like a rolling storm, echoing in Aiden's heart, I would let you wander aimlessly. The air crackled with tension, thick as the scent of impending rain. Aiden felt a deep longing, yet fear rooted him to the spot. You risk losing something precious, Nathan continued, a haunting cadence stirring urgency in the air. Not my love, it's steadfast, but the sensitivity that leads to true repentance. A single tear betrayed Aiden's confusion, slipping down his cheek like a lost memory. You were woven for greatness, Nathan pressed. You emerged from darkness to bask in the brilliance of my light. Yet Aiden felt the creeping tendrils of hypocrisy, clouding the reflection of his soul. You cannot cling to both truth and lies, Nathan warned, his eyes piercing through Aiden, unraveling the chaos within. One will silence the other. I will confront the lies. Aiden's pulse quickened. Could love truly shatter the chains of lack of awareness? Each moment hung suspended, taut with tension. Even if it breaks you, my Aiden Blake, Nathan said, I will break you to heal you. Aiden's heart raced at the thought of this divine intervention, one that could expose the hidden depths of his being. Nathan's gaze softened, tenderness mingling with authority. Confess your truth. Come as you are and shed the masks. I see everything, the darkness, the fears, but I'm also the God who restores. The journey lay before him, a path glittering with possibilities. Aiden craved redemption, yet the shadows loomed large. Do not grieve the spirit that guides you, Nathan urged. Every no to temptation draws me closer. Aiden felt the weight of those words, a gentle nudge towards the light. Yet he teetered on the edge, heart racing between fear and desire. What awaited him on the other side? Would he muster the courage to confront the shadows lurking beneath? The answer hovered in the silence, like a breath waiting to be unleashed. In a dimly lit room, shadows danced against the walls, creating an atmosphere thick with uncertainty. Aiden Blake sat there, knees trembling, his gaze locked on a flickering candle, the subtle light reflecting the confusion swirling within him. Suddenly, a gust whirled through an open window, extinguishing that tiny flame. The room plunged into darkness, but in the silence, a new voice emerged. It was the echo of Aiden's own heart, raw and unguarded. Who am I really? It whispered as realization began to dawn on him. The battle he faced wasn't about escaping a pit of despair. No, it was about discovering the brilliance of the light within himself. A flood of awareness surged, illuminating his spirit like a breath of fresh rain after a long drought. Hope ignited amidst the encroaching shadows. Let repentance be your breath, a voice thundered, reverberating through the space. It was Archangel Nathan, a figure of authority and compassion. I'm not distant, Aiden. I am closer than your next breath, yet you must choose every day. Choose truth. Choose the fire that burns brightly within you. Aiden felt the weight of those words pressing over him. But what if I lose everything? I can't bear that. You must let go of your idols, Nathan replied, his voice soothing yet piercing. I am here to enlighten you, to remove the veil. The time has come to yield, Aiden Blake. Aiden's heart raced as the contrast between fear and desire gripped him. You see my struggles? My false self. Each tear, each moment of surrender will lead to resurrection, Aiden, Nathan assured. I am not just a god of second chances. I offer infinite mercy, but remember, each mercy calls you deeper into truth. You've been cleansed not to return to darkness, but to walk as my own light in this world. Aiden trembled, torn between the comfort of his familiar shadows and the allure of a love that demanded transformation. But will I be enough? I love you too much to let you remain in pretense. Nathan insisted. Let me shake off everything that is false until only truth remains. Yield yourself entirely to me. I have more to give you, more life, more love, more power, but it requires a heart that is wholly mine. Aiden took a breath, heavy with the scent of rain and the rustle of unseen leaves. Every heartbeat echoed a question. Could he finally step into the light, casting aside the shadows? The answer lingered, waiting for him to make that leap of faith. Each moment, each choice now echoed in his soul. The journey awaited. Aiden stood at the edge of a moment, the air heavy with unuttered regret and flickering hope. Sunlight broke through the clouds, casting a divine glow over his turmoil. He felt the shadows of his past decisions cling to him as Archangel Nathan's voice filled the space. It was like a warm rain, washing away hesitation. I'm ready to guide you, Aiden. To use your life for something greater, he urged, radiating both authority and compassion. The scent of rain hung in the air, grounding him in the present. What does that even look like? Aiden's heart raced, torn by fear and the pull of understanding. I can't bear the weight of losing everything I know. Let this be your turning point, Nathan replied, his voice soothing yet powerful. This isn't just about sorrow. It's a sacred beginning. I'm here, ready to restore what's been broken. Return to me, and you won't just receive mercy. You'll find strength and a new purpose. Each word stirred something deep within Aiden. Are you sure I'm worth saving? What if I'm not enough? I love you too greatly to let you slip into the shadows, Nathan reassured him, his presence a firm anchor. Let my grace ignite your heart, guiding you not to passivity, but to a vibrant worship that's real. As Aiden inhaled, absorbing the heavy scent of fresh rain, hope began to unfurl within him. Could he embrace this guiding light? Each heartbeat echoed his contemplation, vibrating with possibility. The journey lay ahead, awaiting his courageous step forward into a renewed spirit.